Next one we're gonna watch. Next Gen Witcher 3, Up is Just a State of Mind by upisnotjump. You've seen me watch a couple of his videos before. I highly recommend him. He's fucking hilarious. When you do him, oh my god. I never know what to expect from his videos because it's like, let's just watch.
Well, it looks like I'm going to be stuck here forever. At least I can use cheats to start a game of Gwent to pass the time. Wait, hold on.
Is that me? No, I don't see any resemblance.
Oh my god.
The Witcher 3 has just been remastered, so today we're going to see how far we can get in it without using the jump button, which is this. So let me just, 1 second.
Oh my god.
Ow, my hand. There we go, this seems like a perfectly normal thing to have done. Let the challenge begin.
In this game, the jump button lets you jump. Here's Geralt jumping, for those unfamiliar. But this will also cover Geralt climbing. If you press this button while swimming, Geralt will also swim to the surface. But this isn't really a problem, because if while swimming you just point upwards, Geralt will swim up. When on a horse, if you press
I've only
this
played
button,
The
you will
Witcher,
get off the horse.
the first
Okay,
Witcher,
that
so...
might be a problem. You see, The Witcher 3 is a very big game, and it's also very horse-centric. No, it's fine. I'll just walk everywhere. The game's only 88 square miles after all.
When in combat, it allows you to dodge. Here's Geralt dodging.
Yeah,
And
they
finally,
really
when
do
you're in a
need to
boat, you just
remaster,
press this
especially the
button
first
to
one.
leave the boat.
Well, that's hardly a big deal. You don't really use boats much in this game.
The game starts with Geralt asleep, and he's having a dream that he's having a bath, and the game crashes to desktop.
You know, technically, this version of the game was made after Cyberpunk 2077.
Let me just, there we go. Alright, so 2 hours later, Geralt is dreaming that he's at Kaer Morhen, looking after Ciri. But unfortunately, his medallion gets in the way. What's happening?
Oh man, this is just the prologue. Wait, no, it's not even the prologue. This is the dream sequence.
Heard the first two
before the
Witcher games are made for
And
crazy
then the
people.
Wild Hunt attacks, who are the
Probably
protagonists
explains
of
why
this
so many
game.
people have-
Geralt then wakes up,
the only
relieved
Witcher
his
game they've
medallion
played is the third
okay.
one.
Geralt and Vesemir then discuss how they're looking for the witch Yennefer, who's basically Geralt's old girlfriend. I get on my horse, a little bit worried that I'll never get off it again, and we go off to try and find her. A griffin attacks, but it quickly flies off. Don't worry, this only really becomes important later. I get intel that Yennefer was seen speaking to a Nilfgaardian officer, so I go off to see him. But on the way, I get interrupted by this drowner. Come on, horse, come on. I can't get off, I don't know what to do. Fortunately, though, I learn if I just fall in some water, I can get off my horse. Anyway, so I kill the drowner and go back looking for Roach. Where's he gone to? You're not my horse. I eventually find Roach and call him over. Come on, Roach, over here. No, not that.
The fans even say to skip the first two.
Okay, there we go.
I can't help but think of all
Like,
the times
I know
in
it's been
Cyberpunk where
years,
I had trouble
but,
calling my car
like-
over. At least my horse hasn't blown up.
I eventually
Like, from my memories of trying to play the first one, when I tried to play it, like, this was back on like one of my first ever gaming laptops, quote unquote gaming. The struggle was real with trying to play the first one. It was real, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't able to finish it. It was a lot.
eventually make it to the Nilfgaardian camp and meet the guy in charge. Mr. Mustache here tells me,
Look, I really wanted to call this guy the mustachioed asshole, but I'm genuinely not allowed to swear anymore.
he tells me that if I
Oh my
kill
god,
the griffin we
fuck
saw
off YouTube.
earlier, he'll
This is
tell
going
me
on
where
YouTube
Yennefer
later, so
is.
everybody
Basically, to
say
catch the
with me,
griffin, I'm
fuck
gonna
off
need the
YouTube.
plant buckthorn to lure it in. So I get on my horse to go and see a local herbalist. I get to the herbalist, but to get off my horse, I go to a nearby river to fall in. This didn't work.
Now, it occurred to me here that if I just ran out the horse's stamina bar, it would just buck me off. So I gave that a go. Buck me off, that doesn't sound right.
Needless to say, this didn't work either, but people came from miles around just to watch. I guess people were bored in medieval times. This meant that I was now stuck on my horse, so I reloaded my save back to the Nilfgaardian camp
Still
to try
waiting
again,
for the
and
remaster for
instead
Dragon Age
walked the
Origins.
whole way.
Now, as I've said, this is a pretty big game, so all this walking is going to allow us to introduce a new segment to the show that my friends like to call... facts. Did you know that sparklers are actually hotter than the sun? That's crap facts.
I finally arrive at the herbalist's, and I gotta say, what a beautiful house. Oh, Geralt. She then tells me that the plant I need to lure the griffin is in a local river. So I dive down, grab it, and swim out. Easy peasy. Geralt then leaves to go to where the last griffin attack took place and uses his almost supernatural grade Witcher senses to look for important clues.
A camp.
Yes.
We eventually find a trail leading away from the camp, and so we follow it. Oh no, it's a slight ledge, and we can't climb.
Actually, like when we remake for taking for Dragon Age at this point, listen.
We continue along the trail, and
they remade the first one.
Tragedy. This is going to be a long playthrough.
They would have to redo the second one.
And Geralt makes another deduction that only a Witcher could.
Bones.
At the nest, we find a dead female griffin.
Female.
Which means the griffin that's still alive must be a male. So me and Vesemir put down the bait to lure the griffin, and it quickly turns up. We take the griffin out in what is a pretty amazing fight. And I return to the mustachioed butthole. You see, it just doesn't have the same ring. And he tells me that Yennefer is in the nearby city of Vizima. So I leave to go and tell Vesemir. I of course stop for a friendly chat with the local people.
Stay away from me and my family.
And I sit down with Vesemir to discuss the
rude.
situation. But on the way out, we get accosted by a group of polite gentlemen. I make them wish they'd literally never been born. Seriously, have you guys not seen the Netflix series? And leave the inn to find
we
that
can't talk.
Yennefer
We
is
can't talk
already
about the
waiting for
Netflix.
me.
Nope.
I say bye to Vesemir.
Wait, we can't talk about the Netflix show. We can't talk about it because then we gotta talk about what the fuck they did to it. We can't. Listen, season 1 was great, and it ends there. That's all I gotta say about it.
And me and Yennefer leave.
How's your horse?
Yennefer, don't push me. I can't even get off it.
She says she's here because the Nilfgaardian Emperor wants to talk to me. We then get attacked by the Wild Hunt, but we both escape. The next day I'm in Vizima having another bath. How many of these are gonna happen, Geralt? I meet the Emperor, played by Charles Dance.
You are not on trial for being a dwarf.
Oh, yes I am.
And he orders me to track down his lost daughter, Ciri. This painting is amazing. I go and say bye to Yennefer, and she pretends not to care, but her hair gives away her true feelings.
Oh my
causing Geralt's hair
god.
to creepily quiver back. My hunt for Ciri starts by tracking down one of the Emperor's many spies who's been keeping an eye
I'm
out
telling
for
you.
Ciri. Unfortunately, I find him, and
If you
he's
talk
dead.
to someone that's never...
Whoa, Geralt, have you not read YouTube's new rules?
Oh my god, everybody with me again. Fuck YouTube.
You know, technically, according to these, I'm not allowed to breathe anymore.
If anyone tells you they haven't watched the Witcher series yet, tell them
However,
to
I do
only
find
watch
a
season
secret
1.
passage in his house. Unfortunately, while down here, though, I read this poster and quickly learn that I can't stop reading it.
And I try every button. X, start, select. Even the secret button on the back does nothing. Literally nothing on this controller is gonna get me out of this menu.
So I reload an earlier save, and this time avoiding the poster of doom, I search this guy's basement and find 2 leads. One is a nearby witch, and one is a guy called the Bloody Baron. Oh, please tell me Bloody
Damn
doesn't
it,
count as
okay.
swearing. And so I go off to find the local witch.
Fine,
and ask her if
leave
she's
me
seen
here,
Ciri.
Phoenix.
And, you know, this is quite a long run, so I think you know what time it is.
Crap facts. You know, semicolons don't actually do anything. Everyone's just lying.
I arrive at the witch's hut and there's no one here. But there is a skull on a table which I squeeze and it opens a portal. So I enter the portal and it takes me to this incredible enclosed cave.
And this is why I love this game so much, because they take proper advantage of the fact that there's magic. At any time, you'll jump into a portal in some dingy basement and end up in an amazing secluded cave with an upside-down swimming pool. It's all just so creative.
Then we meet the witch Kira, and it's all seductive here, but I've never been too into it.
To me, she always looked a little bit too much like a head teacher, you know? And not a sexy head teacher. A regular one.
Kira tells me that she hasn't seen Ciri, but she knows of a nearby elf who may have done. So we agree to later meet at a nearby cave where he lives. On the way to the cave, though, I get distracted by this beautiful view. I don't know how many years it's been, but this game still looks amazing. Have I mentioned I like this game? I also found a boat that would have been very helpful to get me to where I was going. But no, Geralt remembered. Hold B to leave helm. He did not dare it. Anyway, I eventually meet up with Kira outside the elf's hideout. We enter, and unfortunately, the wild hunt has beaten us here. It looks like they're also looking for Ciri. So we began searching for the elf inside this cave, but this slight incline thwarted my progress, and then things really started to go wrong. Finally, like, look, what's happening? What? Fortunately, on the other side, there were just plain stairs that led up to where I needed to go. Honestly, it's like the game knows I can't jump and has been made to be possible without it.
Now here's where this challenge started to get to me a little bit. Honestly, I hit a bit of a wall. No, literally. I hit a wall. Ow!
Now this is genuinely a big problem because there's no way around this wall this time. We have to go over it.
And you can't skip this mission. So if I can't find my way around this wall without the button B, I fail the challenge. But don't worry, I'm gonna get creative.
Come on, Kira. We can do this. I first try running up the wall, but that obviously doesn't work. I then try getting as high as I can onto the wall and throwing bombs to hopefully knock me up. But this doesn't work either. Come on, Kira, you're a witch. Help me.
Well.
Oh my god.
Well, she was useless. But there's one last thing I can try. Cheats. And I hear you saying, Matt, isn't that cheating? Well, yes.
I first try turning myself into Ciri. Look, she's here. Is the mission over? I then try spawning Geralt inside of a boat.
Oh my god.
I don't know why I thought this would help either.
And just as I'd given up all hope that any of these cheats were going to help me, I found this one.
Which says it can teleport me to any X and Y coordinate on the map.
So all I had to do was work out what the X and Y coordinates were of this location in the cave. And then I would be able to just teleport there. So I started, as you would, with X0 and Y0.
Okay, X0 and Y0. Enter.
Here we go. I've got a good feeling about this.
Oh shit.
Well, at least it looks like I'm going to land in some water.
No.
It wasn't water. Now here's where I was going to give up on this challenge. But when I reloaded my save here after dying, I accidentally selected the one where I was in the boat above the level. If you remember that?
So it loads me back in and the boat lands on top of me for some reason. I run forward, fall through the level, and end up back where I started. And that noise was me at the time working out the potential of what has just happened. If I could travel above the level in this direction, I could fall through and land on top of this ledge. And so began my epic quest. Okay, here we go. Run, run,
When
run,
you
run,
break
run,
an
run,
already
run,
broken
run, run,
game.
run. Yes, okay, fall through. I did it. Oh no, I ran in the wrong direction. All right, so I'll load it up again. This time we'll run in the opposite direction. Oh, this is looking good. That was so close. Okay, so
Oh,
I
that
load up
actually
again.
was close.
Here we go. We go the same way. We're gonna just run straight over this bit. I fudging make it.
Seriously, I'm as surprised as you are. I have no
Fudging.
idea how I stumbled into doing this. Also, I say fudging because, as I say, I'm not allowed to swear anymore. Thanks, you idiots.
So the first thing I find after passing over this ledge is this skeleton here. So I loot it and find pepper.
Yes, I get to say my line. It needs more pepper. Actually, you know, he already has pepper, so technically he needs less pepper, you know?
And about 10 seconds later, I find another ledge that needs to be jumped over. I can't believe I said earlier that this game was made for people without a jump button. Interestingly, it seems like where I need to go actually has water down there. So you know what that means? Go, go, gadget, boat.
What?
Oh, I must have pressed the wrong button.
Right, sorry, let me try that again. There we go.
This never stops being funny.
But as you know, I can't leave the boat, so I'm going to try like I did earlier to reload a save and see if I'm outside the boat. Needless to say, I try it and it doesn't work anymore.
I've been in this cave doing this mission for 3 hours.
And I try everything
Jesus
to get Geralt to
Christ.
stand up. I try spawning enemies. What is going on? Get up! I even try the cheat that randomly starts a game of Gwent. Yeah, this isn't helpful.
Wait, is that me? No, I don't see any resemblance.
Well, it looks like I'm going to be stuck here forever. So to try and replicate
He
what happened
legit
earlier, I just
got
keep
that
saving and
whole
reloading the
outfit
game in the hope
ready.
that eventually I'll load outside of the boat. And after about an hour of trying, it did happen. Wow! Now all I had to do was find the right spot in the level to fall through and land on the ledge, and it happened first time. Again, I'm as shocked as anyone. So I jump into the water and swim up, and oh, you have got to be kidding me.
This
Okay, now all I
fucking
need to do
boat
is
hack
fall
cheat
into
over
the
here.
right spot.
What the?
Anyway, another hour later, and here I am managing to do it. I did it! I sound a lot happier than I am now. So me and Kira continue exploring the cave, looking for the elf. Is that? I've forgotten what I'm doing. We fight a golem.
It's been like
we encounter a
500
small ledge.
hours.
I cry. We fight a gargoyle. I have fun. The boat trick stops working, so I contemplate my own hubris. I get over the ledge anyway without jumping, and I put my hubris to rest. Anyway, so I managed to catch up with and fight the wild hunt, which is incredibly difficult without a dodge button. Oh my god, when will this mission end? I eventually win the fight, but end up with quite low health, so I make the executive decision to eat the pepper. How does it taste?
Oh my god.
I wish I could get through a video without spitting seasoning everywhere.
Finally, though, after climbing through the top of
Welcome
the level
back,
for hours, I do
Phoenix.
meet the elf. Do you know what you've put me through?
And to cut a long story short, he has no idea where Siri is. So nothing changes, except I now have a lifelong hatred of boats.
Regardless, though, I'm finally out of the cave, and there's my archenemy now!
Yes, burn. Into the water with you. There's so much water, pepper, and electrical equipment down here.
And so to get back to
Oh
land,
my
I needed
God.
to swim the whole way.
It's
who
honestly
needs
a miracle he
boats?
hasn't burned his
given
place
that this
down
is such
yet.
a long swim, I think it's the perfect time for another...
Don't do it. Don't. This is so stupid.
Matt's crap facts!
Did you know that Loch Ness is actually the deepest lake in the entire world?
Matt's crap facts! So, as you might remember, my next lead is a man called the Bloody Baron. And he's quite a way away, so I decide that I'll ride my horse there. On the way there, though, I even get into some fights, and oh, would you just listen to how amazing that music is?
Jesus. When a gamer sings in the shower.
So I make it to the Baron's Keep, and mercifully, Geralt gets off his horse in a cutscene. I am a little bit put off by these graphics, though, because last time this happened to me in a CD Projekt Red game, it took over the entire world. But I soldier
my
on.
God,
Either
I
way,
forgot
eventually
about
meet up
that.
with the Baron himself.
Now,
Where
other than
everything
Geralt,
just
the
started,
Baron
like,
here is definitely my favorite character in
dipping
the
into the
entire game.
void.
I mean, he's definitely a terrible person, but he has kind of an old worldly charm that encourages people to get close to him. But unfortunately, as we'll see, that only really gives him the power he needs to ruin their lives.
The Baron tells Geralt that he has seen Ciri, and he begins to tell us what she was up to before all of this. The first thing we see is that she falls into this clearing. Oh, I really hope we don't have to climb back up there. We now play as Ciri for a bit, a woman with an English accent that has never existed ever.
Would you mind making certain your laces are tied?
Would you mind making certain that your laces are tied? Oh, I must get out of this forest. I must do it.
We take on some wolves, which as you can see is very difficult without a dodge button. All that really happens, though, is the Baron finds us and Ciri is so hungry that she eats the air in between her fingers. And that's where the Baron calls off his story. The Baron refuses to tell Geralt where Ciri is until Geralt helps the Baron find his missing wife and daughter. And so Geralt searches the Baron's house for clues on his family's disappearance. Alright, Geralt, we need to take the utmost care here not to disturb any of these precious belongings. Well, maybe I'll just take a few. Well, they're not gonna miss these. I'm under control.
Oh my God.
So during my thorough search for clues, I find this book in Ciri's room.
Now, I know what you're thinking.
I want to see the
Matt,
boy.
you ask me, why are you bothering me with this book? Well, to continue the plot, we need to open and read this book. But the problem comes when we have to close it. balls.
And there's no way around it this time. I have to read this book to continue the story.
And believe me, I try everything. Y, up, down. I even go as far as to try pressing my disembodied B button, but nothing works.
I eventually accidentally knock my keyboard, and this happens. It tells me I can press escape on my keyboard to leave the menu.
Loophole! And call me biased, but I think that this is fair. You see, the escape
Why
key
buy
isn't the
things
B
when you
button
can just
or the jump
steal?
button. On the keyboard, it's space. So excuse me while I go press the escape key. I can't really get up. There's stuff everywhere.
And with that accomplished, Geralt leaves in style. Geralt, you're ruining it. And with that accomplished, Geralt leaves in style. Geralt! The final lead I follow up on is this girl, Gretka, who also saw Ciri. Actually, Geralt, what's going on with your hair?
You know, I've only just noticed this, but my hair has been blowing in the wind this entire game. Look. Yeah, you see, it's quite off-putting.
So I go back to the Baron and I tell him I found an amulet while I was searching
These fucking
his
games.
house. And he tells me that a wizard that lives nearby made it for his daughter. So off I go to find this wizard. And you know, this is another quite long journey. I think you know what that means.
Oh my.
Matt, crap. Oh, it doesn't work with this song.
I arrive at the Peller's house, but he refuses to help me unless I do a favor for him. And this leads to the best quest in the entire game.
One man, one goat, a bell.
Would you come here, you little pest? Basically, I have to search the entire forest for his goat while ringing this bell. Eventually, I find the goat and he follows me the whole way home. What are you doing? Come back here. And of course, he leads me to a ferocious bear. Run, you stupid goat. Anyway,
The real
eventually
reason
the Witcher, the
people
goat,
hate
and the
witches is
wardrobe
because
make it
mysterious
back to the
winds
Peller.
follow them around.
And he performs a spell that will help
Oh
me find
my
the
god.
Baron's
Could you
family.
imagine?
Okay, the next part of this story gets pretty heavy, and because
Just
we're on
like
YouTube, I'm just gonna
a fucking
explain it to
witcher
you
comes
here,
into
nice
town and a
light. We're gonna
hurricane
keep it PG,
immediately follows.
okay? Basically, the Baron and his wife had a baby that died, and they didn't give it a proper burial. This means, in the world of The Witcher, that your baby can be invaded by an evil spirit and turned into a botchling. Geralt is being told here that if we track down this botchling monster, it will be able to lead us to the Baron's wife because they're linked by blood.
Geralt returns to tell the Baron all of this, but he also accuses the Baron of physically assaulting his wife and daughter, ergo them going missing. Now this would usually be quite a tense moment, but the Baron's vibrating hat and the unceasing tussling of Geralt's hair while indoors really takes you out of it. The Baron agrees that we need to go and find the botchling, and
You just
so we
turn
go
the
out
camera around and there's a
searching
fucking
for it.
humongous
Okay,
fan
given
following
I can't
him around.
say anymore, I assume I probably can't show you this monster either, so just imagine a puppy. I'll help you out, don't worry.
Okay, so here comes the puppy/monster. But long story short, Geralt manages to capture it. We then give it a proper burial, which calms the monster's spirit. And so the spirit of the Baron's unborn monster ghost baby rises from its
Jesus.
grave and leads Geralt to its mother's last location.
Oh, that's nothing really. Look at my possessed teddy bear. Yeah, calm down.
And so the spirit leads me to this man and his completely gormless son. He tells me that the Baron's daughter is in a town called Oxenfurt, but the Baron's wife got dragged into the nearby forest by a monster. And with that, the ghost baby's work is done. Be free.
This game is a lot weirder than I remember.
So that means I'm out of leads for where the Baron's wife is. But the elf we met earlier mentioned that Ciri should avoid the crones of Crookback Bog. So all I have left really is to go to Crookback Bog and speak to the crones. So I get to Crookback Bog, but the only people here are these children.
Don't know you. Go away.
Yeah, Geralt. There's also this lady looking after the children, who's obviously the Baron's wife, but Geralt suffers a brain aneurysm and doesn't realize. I ask the children about the crones, but they won't tell me anything unless I buy them sweets. Geralt, I think this might be a trap. Don't do it. So I go to a nearby town and I buy them this sweet bun. While there, though, I also buy this delicious pepper.
Oh my god.
Never eaten nothing like this before in my life.
And this guy tells me that Johnny, who is in the forest,
black
can help me
pepper.
meet
I
the
can't.
crones. I go into the forest and I find where Johnny lives.
Johnny?
Here's Johnny.
I can't imagine that was really worth the effort. Johnny here is a godling and a really great character, but we do not have the time, so we're going to move on.
Here's Johnny.
Johnny convinces the woman here, who's also known as Gran, to help me find the crones. I talk to the crones through this painting, and they say they will help me find Ciri if I kill a monster for them. And would you just look at how amazing this shot is? Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I leave to go to the cave where the monster that the crones want dead is hiding, and I encounter another ledge. Now I know what you're thinking, but no, spawning a boat didn't help. Or did it? No, it really didn't. And so I waste hours trying to run up the wall, drop down from above, but it looks like they built an invisible wall up here to stop you from doing that. Eventually, I managed to parkour 100 meters across this entire cliff face without slipping off once. I'm as stunned as any of you. I swim through the cave, and thankfully, the only ledge in it is this one here.
This is a fucking journey.
Thankfully, though, after 10 minutes of bashing my head against this ledge, I managed to phase up through the floor. I'm not arguing.
We gotta love it.
To the
We gotta
monster,
love it.
and oh boy, it does look like an evil spirit, doesn't it? Now, the game gives you an option here to either kill or free this
It looks like a
untold
fucking
eldritch
evil
horror,
ass
and my
pimple.
decision may surprise you.
So hear me out.
The crones stole these children, they made Gran a slave, this one's holding an ear.
I mean, that can't be entirely without reprehension. And those crones want this tree spirit dead, who, by the way, has promised to free the children the crones have stolen.
All death is alike. Every death is equal.
Oh, now, if those aren't the words of a secretly good evil tree monster spirit, I don't know what are. Let's free her. Wait, is that right?
So to do this, I need to gather the bones of the spirit's old body.
Strange bones.
Free the monster. That's always your go-to,
Now,
Phoenix.
Geralt, we're committed now. Capture a black horse, take the horse to the spirit, cut the spirit open, feed the spirit's blood to the horse so that it can possess it. Be free and do good. We then lie to the crones and tell them that we killed the spirit, which has also secretly freed the children they had hostage. The crones, however, blame Gran for losing the children, so they curse her, which turns her into a monster. Geralt finally realizes that Gran is in fact the Baron's wife. Her face is everywhere, Geralt. What's wrong with you? I lift the curse on the Baron's wife. She dies anyway. The Baron's daughter never speaks to the Baron again, and he kills himself.
Oh, I can't help but think that maybe some of this is my fault.
Also, the horse spirit I freed killed this entire village too.
Oh, I can't help but think that maybe some of this is my fault.
Also, the crones don't know where Ciri is.
Okay, I don't think that one's my fault. So there we go.
That's a lot.
So there we
So
go.
much.
That was quite the journey. And given that we've made it this far, I'd say it's probably totally possible to complete the whole game without a jump button. Well. No, I guess it's not really feasible. Don't do this. I hate boats now. I mean, look at this. Look at his face. Thanks for watching, everyone.
What happened if
Hello
you
there.
don't free?
I just wanted to say thank you
That's
to
a good
Brilliant
question.
Ding, who are the sponsors of this week's video. I was just talking to Emma about how I really struggled to learn maths and science at university. Yes, me, a man of this unbridled genius. See a big empty room with someone at the front barking facts at me was so unengaging. And like many of you, I'm sure, I just like learning about how the world works in an interesting way. Brilliant.org, though, does just that, and is the best way I've seen to learn maths, science, and computer science interactively. For an example of why Brilliant is so good, just look at this section on magnets and electricity. There's moving images, live experiments, but it goes way beyond just that. Brilliant has thousands of lessons, with new ones added every month. So if you're like me and there's always some science or maths you want to learn about or get a clearer idea of, all you need to do is search for it and then run through some of Brilliant's incredible interactive lessons. So to get started for free, visit brilliant.org/upisnotjump. Or click the link in the description.
It's
The
one of
first
those rare
200 of
things
you
where
that
we
do
see an
get
ad for
20%
something
off
on a YouTube
Brilliant's
video
annual
where it's like
premium subscription.
educational.
Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.
That's a good fucking video. As usual, he always makes good fucking videos. The dude somehow made it entertaining when he was like eating every goddamn pickle he could find. So, but oh my god, the fucking Witcher, I swear. I swear. Yeah, that is definitely a challenge I would not do. The amount of hassle and shit you'd have to go through just to progress. Oh my god. Ugh.